This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union. Our coach, back at it. Excited to be back on the hardwood?
Yeah, I think every coach who's started practice or is starting practice is overwhelmed by how much we feel like we got to get in. Yet at the same time, this is the part of the year that we enjoy the most, the competition, the opportunity to get better every day.
With Lavelle coming back from surgery and being cleared 2 weeks ago, what do you want to see out of him for the first few weeks, first few practices as he gets acclimated back to the speed of things?
From Lavelle, I'd just like to see a lot of dunks and a lot of made threes. No, I mean, for him, I think there's actually been a benefit to him being out. He got a little bit healthier and probably got a different perspective and saw it through a different lens when you're sitting out and you don't have the opportunity because of the physical limitations to compete at a high level or for your goals and your aspirations. So I think he's already enjoyed it more now than he has in years. So, but Lavelle Cowell continues to improve. And if you guys were here or remember what he was like when he first came here, a whole $148. He's so much stronger, so much more skilled. His ownership and his development has been outstanding.
You said his leadership over the summer really took off by being able to help the new guys, Keenan, the freshmen, and being more vocal. Did you see that out of him?
No question. As some of the guys before him have done and done in a really good fashion, I think the players who leave the biggest deposit are those guys who are willing to invest without worry about competition or playing time. And Lavelle is quick and anxious and in a hurry to help anyone regardless of their position or their pursuit of his minutes. And I love that about him. It shows, it speaks volumes to his character and his ownership in our program.
Coaching staff, your first several weeks with them, what do you hope that they bring to this program?
That's a tough question simply because I'm still getting to know the guys that are new, Derek Johnston, Joe Pierre, Kevin Anderson. They're fabulous. I mean it. But I've always been really blessed to have terrific men around me, men and women that serve mightily, so I'm not surprised. What we lost is the familiarity with the pack from someone other than Coach Susie. However, that's the majority of his on-court responsibility. So I think he's done a good job of trying to get the other guys acclimated to the system. But both he and I know it too, so I just got to do a little bit more on the defensive end.
Number of guys have been with you for a while now in this system. Does that change how you coach in practice or what you're able to get out of practice now because you've got guys like Lavelle, Georgia that have been around it so long?
The experience is definitely welcome. Look, for us, I think we're in that place in our program where we're earning the right to be good. I think maybe we hope to be good earlier maybe we focused on just the results, but now we're in that mode of the ability to earn. And without question, our leaders, our older guys, the guys that have been in the program, have been the initiators of that pursuit.
Keenan Gums, grad transfer. What is your initial thoughts from him after seeing him on campus?
Hard to not say his name and not have me smile. He's fabulous. What an incredible young man. He's willing to do whatever it takes for the team to have success. He's on time. He is a leader extraordinaire, and he's a really good basketball player. So his parents, I'm sure, are really proud of him, and we're proud that he decided to come to Liberty because he's already blessed our program.
You said last year the person who had made the most improvement in the program was Brandon Newton, someone who wasn't even playing. What did you see over the summer, and what do you expect out of him initially?
Did I say it exactly like that, Dame?
Almost.
All right. Brendan continues to improve. Again, I think one of the reasons why we can see and measure such expansive improvement is he had a long way to go. And maybe it was relative to the competition that a player of that size was afforded at his level of basketball. But He is a relentless worker. He is very coachable, and that's the neat thing about this group. There's guys that they're learners. They're willing to take coaching, and I'm pleased by that. But I think for Brendan, the hardest thing now for him is the competition that is at his position. There's some good players that are playing with their back to the basket in our program.
Speaking of post depth, is this the deepest it's been since you've been back?
The deepest? Yeah, because we've only had 2 or 3 guys, and 1 or 2 of them would be 6'4", 6'5". So, yeah, I think we've got a full roster now. And but again, we know that this is an everyday journey. And look, I heard Brad Stevens say, and I thought this was fabulous. He said, just because you did something the previous year well doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do it the next year well. And not only are we now fighting against the opponents who are preparing for us, et cetera, but we're also fighting against ourselves not to be complacent or not just to have an expectation that, hey, we're going to compete for a conference championship because we played in the Big South Conference final last year. That would be asinine. I think for us, our pursuit needs to be, hey, how do we get better today? And again, with a little bit more experience than we've had since we've been here, I think that's definitely achievable. We just got to stay mindful of it.
Scotty James, what have you seen out of him this summer as he continues to develop?
Scotty's a really good player. He, sometimes I want to kick him out of the gym because he's in here so much. But he's addressed some of his weaknesses, and I'd rather not give our opponents a full scouting report on what those weaknesses were. But I think every day he resides in this program, he's one step closer to completeness. And if you get complete with his size, his strength, his athleticism, he's going to have a chance to play for a while.